prove it to you and manipulate the city and just
this building is done
capture the story.
You've seen the person who made it. So are you telling me if you didn't see the person who made it, you would deny that this is the design?
We know that humans construct buildings.
Okay, no, 1 second. If you saw this building, are you saying the only reason you believe this building exists is because you saw the person who made it?
I don't understand your question.
Okay. How do you know this building has a design?
Oh my God! Because I have seen in my life. But sure, let me answer the question. Because I've seen with my own eyes multiple times humans construct buildings. So therefore, I can confirm and validate that humans are capable of constructing buildings. And I know that humans exist because I can see humans, I can hear humans, I can touch humans. So I know humans exist, okay? So your argument about the fucking universe it's pointless. It doesn't make sense.
So you're telling me the only reason you believe these buildings exist, your phone exists, your jacket exists, is that you have a potential you can go and see the people who made it.
I can provide evidence, yes.
Okay, but let me get this right. If you never saw a construction happen, are you telling me you reject that as a designer?
I might want to investigate it further. Sure.
Okay, but let me just answer my question. If you did
this
not
is very hypothetical. You can't argue with hypotheticals.
Hear me out. If you never saw how this construction was made, are you telling me you deny that this building has a design?
If I was born, you
never saw a building ever in your life.
Yeah, I'm not trying to expand on your hypothetical situation. If I was an alien and I came to Earth,
yes,
and I saw this construction,
yes,
I would think, oh my God, how did I get here?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would the conclusion?
In that kind of naivety,
yeah,
keyword naivety, yeah, and ignorance, yeah, I probably would believe in God. Yeah.
No, but put God to a side now. Yeah, you're an alien. You come to Earth and you see this building.
I would be dumbfounded. I would be.
Why would you say whoa? Why would you say whoa?
Well, I mean, such a stupid argument.
No,
because
why would you say whoa? Tell me why you would say whoa.
It depends. Maybe I come from a planet which has buildings that are even taller.
Okay. Why would you not just walk
No, it's
past
okay. You can. I'm trying to get out of this conversation anyway.
Why would you not just walk past it instead of saying whoa? What made you say whoa?
Because it's pretty tall. It's impressive.
Okay, good. It's impressive, yeah? So what you've done is you go and you say, whoa, that's impressive. There must be something behind it that designed it. Even though you have never seen a construction. That's exactly our argument with the universe.
No,
Yes, it is.
Because you believe in this God and you believe in these scriptures.
Hear me out. I look at the universe
and
I see the universe and I see how the universe works. And I use the same principle and I go, whoa, that's amazing. And then I go, therefore, it should require a designer. But even though I don't see the design, it doesn't mean there isn't a designer.
Here's the thing, though.
Do you accept that?
No, I don't. Because I'll tell you why. Because if I was an alien and I saw this construction, I wouldn't say whoa and then dictate my life around it. I wouldn't tell females in my culture.
We see that fluid movement from one ideology to another.
I wouldn't put them in.
But obviously, the globalized society happens quite often. Yeah. But it's not showing expression. What would your angle be yourself? What's your worldview?
I think people nowadays are far too. I think people attach themselves to their opinions because they're. I think very much so here. People are brought up with the sense that having your own opinion is value that you're born with, and therefore you must hold on to it. Sometimes you value your opinion more than the foundations of what it stands on. So you come into the base of which and you argue on the faith based on the fact that you're from this angle. Just being open and just being open. Really, at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to Muslims or Christians, it's an identity that you identify with. You know, at the end of the day, whether you are totally about Muslim or totally about Christian, if you don't fully understand yourself, it doesn't really matter if you're a Muslim or Christian. That will make you a certain version of happiness until you fully understand yourself. And if you can truly understand yourself, then that will last.
Do you think there's an ultimate purpose of life?
Well, yeah, you're connecting with yourself, you're connecting with the world around you. There is no education, career, retiring. That doesn't really exist.
But when I say ultimate purpose, what I'm talking about is a fixed purpose. Like you know how you have metaphysical, mathematical truths, 2 + 2 = 4. that is a fixed reality.
Yeah.
So whatever happens between me and you in this interaction here, 2 plus 2 will remain 4 forever. Right? It's been the case and it is the case and it will be the case. It's fixed. In the same way as 2 plus 2 equals 4, can we positively assert that there is a fixed purpose of life, a reason that me and you are here on this planet Earth living?
No, it's very subjective.
That doesn't take out the fact that there's a designer.
So the designer permitted incest back in the day.
No problem. He's the creator.
Wow, that sounds pretty fucked up. Wow, that's pretty twisted, man.
Let's suppose argument's sake, it doesn't negate the fact that there's a designer. If God came and said, go on Fridays and eat watermelon on top of that building, it does not negate the fact that there's a designer.
If God told you to jump off the building, you'd do it.
No, but he wouldn't. Why would he ask me to do something irrational?
But you know, he asked his son apparently to put himself on the cross, right? To sacrifice himself.
That's Christian.
Same thing, whatever. It's all fucking believing in a story. You know what I mean?
By the way, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, pleasure, yeah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we're here joined today with Ali Dawah and Mohammed Hijab. They literally just landed from London a few hours ago, and they didn't hesitate but to join us immediately after the Dawah, alhamdulillah. And we have Ali Dawah here, live, alhamdulillah.
Where is this? Times Square?
Yeah, this is Union Square Park. So tell us.
So many squares in New York. I don't know which one to belong to. Union, Times, Triangle.
He's getting lost with the squares, guys.
Nah.
But we're in New York City representing, alhamdulillah.
Inshallah.
And Ali Dawah is doing his thing, alhamdulillah, as usual. So tell us a little bit about the conversation with his brother.
Yeah, so we had a little conversation with an agnostic. We're just trying to reason with him. We're just talking about the buildings behind us. And we're just telling him, you know, he was saying, yeah, you know, I've seen constructions that are made before. And I said, look, just because, are you telling me the only reason you believe these buildings are created is because you've seen the construction? Let's suppose you never saw construction happening. Are you telling me you're going to come here and reject these buildings and say, oh no, these buildings just came by chance? No, the fact that you believe is because you're using your reasoning and your rationality to come to basic conclusions with what you can observe.
Empirically.
Sorry, sometimes I finish. What you observe with your eyes, with your senses, and you come and say, okay, this could not come by chance. That's what
so essentially you're using the fine-tuning argument.
Of course, right, that's a part of it.
The teleological argument, as we call it.
Yes, which some people have a problem with.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khair. Let's see what Hijab is doing.
Is your house before? Yes. Now you're on page. Obviously. Any questions? Where am I going? Maybe how do I get in? I'll give you a valid question. Yeah. What if someone turned around to you on the boat and said to you, these people around you on the boat, say, look, why are you asking all of those questions? Say, look, man, don't ask those questions. Say, everyone is here on this boat because we've all got our own personal reasons to want to. Right. And it's pretty much whatever you make it. Right. We're going to say to you, someone you meet on the boat, the first person you meet on the boat, he said, you ask him, where am I? What's going on? How did I get here? What am I doing? Where am I going? Right? He says, Patrick, you're asking too many questions. Just live on the boat. Just be at the boat. Don't worry where the boat is going. Don't worry where you're going. The boat is the boat. You are going where you're going. We're going to say to you first.
That is pretty hard because you've been removed from all that you know. So would you feel a sense of attachment? You don't know who you are. You don't know why you're here. You feel lost.
You're lost.
Yeah.
So this person that's all he's got for you. Right. There's other people around you.
Yeah.
Are you going to have that conversation with that person?
Where's that for? We're talking to people about the Muslim faith.
Next person, you know the same thing, right? That's really curious.
I do indeed, yeah.
There's the Hijab lab. Yeah, that's a good analogy, mashallah. And it's a real analogy. I mean, it's not like a fallacious one. Yeah.
And in the 30s, he wrote a book, and it's incredible. But what he said is that he said you're thrown into life. This is exactly the terminology he used.
Yeah.
He called it throneness. Right? So we chucked into the world, right? Literally, like you've been chucked into the world. He And now you've got all these questions. Why am I here? What am I doing? Whatever. And interestingly, this person wasn't necessarily like a religious person. But he said that we're all living an inauthentic life. We're all living a very inauthentic life. Why? Because we're distracting ourselves with these big questions. And more importantly, we're distracting ourselves with death, reality. Trying to forget about that. He said you only realize authenticity when you start to consider death. Because everything you're doing in life is a distraction. Right? You're just days. And each day you lose a part of yourself. Right. So the point is this, these questions are what makes you because you're going closer to death. Every day you're coming closer and closer to death. You're getting more of yourself. Possibly in one way, losing part of yourself. But that's just the point, isn't it? That's like you're talking. See, now you're talking like those guys in the boat. but if you're talking about this journey, right? Yes. Then time doesn't really matter, right? Because it's all about the journey. Time doesn't matter. You asked for the time in the boat.
Sure. Yeah, but I was on the other side now. Now I'm on your side.
Well, I want you to go back to the introspective, right?
Yeah.
Those questions are pertinent questions, and they are the same questions you should be asking. Why? How did I get here? Right? What's the best reason for you being on this planet? What is the best reason? What? If we were to logically infer anything, you've got three options. Either you are created from an intelligence, or you just came here randomly, or you created yourself somehow. Process of self-creation. Which of those three reasons?
I was lost at my own thoughts there. Say that to me once again.
So, in terms of how we got here, what is the best explanation for how we got here? Either that an intelligence created us, or that we created ourselves somehow, maybe we can complexity that we exhibit, or that we came from nothing. What are those three things? I think was it an intelligent? Right, so you have a power which is intelligent, which put you into existence. No problem. That's the first thing. So why are we here? Are we here because it's just a random exercise of energy, intelligence, or is there some kind of connection we're meant to have? Some kind of relationship you're meant to have with this power?
This is black hole philosophy that has no answer to it, really, in terms of all that. It is because you know you're taking all of it as
now you're going back on the boat.
No, I'm going to have to go to the store. That's where I have to go. Unfortunately, time has catched up with me for that.
Think about it, right?
Right.
I want you to just let it kind of ferment in your brain.
Right.
Because this is I want you to whenever you object, right? Think to yourself, would I object if I was on campus? Would I be? Is this a legitimate objection? Or is it a question, a legitimate question? You see what I'm saying? I'll give you the meta narrative, right? Like story. Go on. The meta narrative is yes, we believe right? That God created the universe. Yeah. He is the power. He is the sovereign. He created the universe. He created human beings in the universe. And then there's a relationship that you're meant to have with God, which is a relationship with nature and life. And that's done through following the prophets. So he said it to me directly. He said, those biblical prophets you don't believe in, or Abraham, or Jesus, Jesus was the Messiah, you don't believe he was God, you don't believe the Son. You say that's a false we say that it's not who was the Messiah, and that at the end of the day, had that revelation, decided to find the reserve for us, for all of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's the subject.
Yep. All right, good on you.
Thank you, man. Hey, thanks for the talk.
Good luck with the audio.
God bless. Hijab, you're live.
Oh, I'm on.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that conversation.
Alhamdulillah.
Tell us a little bit about that conversation. How'd it go? And what was the main point of discussion?
Starbucks is not on the boycott list. Well, look, it was good. People here are much more receptive. Obviously, Speaker's Quota has its limitations. You can't. This guy was very sincere. If he had more time, I actually do believe he would have listened to a lot more of what we have to say. So it's a nice place to be. I think Union Square. It's a good environment. It's a friendly environment.
Absolutely.
What's it called?
Union Square Park. Yeah.
Union Square.
We're
Park.
gonna make our way to Times Square soon. You'll see some similarities, but so far.
But we're gonna see the Hebrew Israelites there.
You're gonna find the Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, they're there. And just we don't want Ali to get into confrontation.
Where are they?
We don't want Ali to get to confrontation with them.
Listen.
No beef, right?
I told
I
Ali
eat chicken.
We'll do it on the 8th of November, just in case.
Never.
So tell the audience right now. I mean, you guys are from the UK.
No.
You have your own Dawah, defaults and just kind of environment in society. Well, how is it here so far in comparison to what you guys see there? What are some striking similarities or differences?
It's very similar. If you go to a place called Leicester Square, we've got a place called Leicester Square. We used to go there quite often.
Oh, the street Dawah setting, right?
Leicester Square is the equivalent of Union Square. Yeah, it's the equivalent, but it's a little bit better in terms of infrastructure.
He's getting on us.
It's inside structure. Yeah.
No. It's quite similar in terms of like it's a main area in the main city. And there's people walking by, wanting to kind of just check things out. They've got a bit of time to kill, and it's a very similar dynamic.
So, one last thing: why should we give Dawah? I think this is very important because we have
very important
people on here. We need to
why
understand
not? Wallahi, let me tell you the reason. Yeah, the reason why we should give Dawah is because Wallahi, Dawah is a very, 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 very important thing, right? I'm sorry.
Can't stress it enough, right?
How can I say this, right? أن يهدي الله بك رجلا واحدا خير من حمر النعم. Not حمر. This is خطأ. It's that Allah guides one man with you, or one person, is better than having the red camels. Now,
And what is red camels?
Yeah, what is red camels? Because people can hear that and
it's
not
not
understand that.
Well, Allah, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ here is emphasizing, really emphasizing that just one person. Now, we have, trust me, like we're living in the time of history, seriously, where all the doors are open for us now. Before to get to the stage where we can actually, subhanallah, even communicate with people that are non-Muslims and convey that message, it would take a long and drawn out process. Very difficult. It wasn't easy, right? And that's why Prophet Muhammad ﷺ would say, "خلي بيني وبين سائر الناس." Let me go in and speak to the people. He would want to go into other empires and speak to the people and send people to. We have it all open for us. The borders are not. I mean, we're here in the United States, United Kingdom. If we don't make use of this, I mean, who is going to make use of this?
Yeah, and not only that, there's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ who said that, for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once sent angels to destroy a town, yeah? And they came to the town and they saw a believing man who was worshipping Allah. So they returned back to Allah thinking, you know what, oh Allah, you wanted us to destroy a town, obviously not knowing Allah's wisdom, Allah's not knowing, that, there's a man worshipping you, yeah? So maybe they're thinking in their head, Allah's going to say, oh, okay, okay, don't destroy. He said, go and destroy him first.
No.
So they're like, what? Why would you go and destroy a believing man first?
Absolutely.
Because
it's a very powerful point.
Because he kept Islam to himself. He never talked to anybody, yeah?
Right.
And we're going to be accountable for that. This is one of the things that I question myself about. I give dawah to everybody, but what about my family? What about my neighbors? When was the last time I spoke to my neighbors about dawah? These people are going to testify to me. These people are going to come and say, you had Islam and you didn't even once come to me. I lived next to you for 20 years. You did not come to me once and said, oh, do you know Islam? So that's why it's really important for us to convey that message. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's why we need to, it's really important, and we try our best to,
I mean, additionally, we can say objectively there are no more prophets and messengers to come, right?
No.
So if there's no one to convey the message except us, the Muslims of today,
yes,
then obviously it seems to be a very obvious reason as to why we should convey the call people to Islam, especially in an environment that we live in today, where people are, where Islam is on the rise at the same time. It's people are trying to defame it. So Hijab, you have a debate coming up, inshallah, very soon.
Oh yeah.
With David Wood. Can you tell us a little bit about this
Wednesday,
situation?
7 o'clock. Yeah. Is it York College?
York College.
York College.
York.
You've got to be there, man.
Not my college, because it almost sounds like your college with your UK accent. York College, yes.
York.
In Jamaica, Queens.
Jamaica, Queens.
York.
Be there. It's free entry. Come. It's going to be a big event. Yeah, we're going to make this happen. Yeah, because this guy.
Tell us a lot about David Wood and what you
David
expect.
Wood is a person. Okay, listen. David Wood is a person who has styled himself as the new, the new polemic against Islam, the new person who needs now to come forward and expose Islam, the expert, you know, the expert on Islam. Now,
does he have expertise in Islam?
this is the point, right? He's gonna come forward with his fallacious case. Yeah,
He might watch
You
this,
give
by
the-
the way.
you
This
give
is
the
being
long-
shared.
let him watch.
You give the long answer, I'll give the short answer. No, he doesn't. Now you give the long answer.
The guy, the biggest mistake he'll be making in this debate, right? The best thing he can do is try and defend himself. Right? I'm sorry to say, yeah. The best thing.
David Wood, you're put on the spot, man.
Look. The best thing you can do. Listen, seriously. The best thing he can do is defend himself. And what I mean by that is, the guy cannot discuss Islam with me. And I'm not saying that wallahi I have arrogance. Wallahi, you know and I know.
Yeah.
I'm very and the brothers know. And the brothers know.
You're
Yeah?
basically saying Islam is not his place
No, what I'm saying, the brothers know.
in terms of knowledge.
Yeah, the brothers know that, you know, I'm the low student of knowledge and these things. Everyone knows that, yeah? But David Wood, if I'm in the same room with you, there's no debate. If you're going to talk about Islam, it's going to be a teacher-student relationship. And that's as far as it goes. He's not going to come, stand and tell me, okay, the Quran says this, and the Hadith says that, and the, you know, this says that.
Slavery on Islam and
Aisha's. Oh, come on, listen.
Etc.
If he goes there, I'm happy. I'm waiting for him to do that. Because he's going to expose himself the moment he starts speaking. I'm waiting for him to say something about Islam so that I can expose every. The moment he says is, not even Islam. Is. That's it.
What if he's just saying is?
That we might spare him. Seriously, but you know.
No.
So look, the best thing he can do is come and defend the Trinity, because at the end of the day, as Muslims, Jews and Christians, we all agree on monotheism in a sense. Yeah, Christians style themselves as monotheists. They want to be monotheists.
Right. Although we differ with them on our understanding and definition of monotheism.
100%.
Yeah.
He has to defend the Trinitarian doctrine. That's what he has to do. He's already. You know, when he lost this debate, it's not because of me. He lost this debate the moment he accepted the title, Trinitarian versus Tawheed.
There we go.
No, that debate is not. Forget about me. If I bring a child, you know, wallahi, forget about me. Yeah. If I bring a child to say Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, and translation, and then he says a few things, the Trinity, and says how could three be one? The child will beat him in the debate.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Pure
lost.
monotheism versus
pure monotheism.
Trinitarianism.
How can anyone lose? Only if I was disabled or got shot. In America, someone pulled out the gun and shoot me.
Why do you always think that's going to happen?
That's the only way. That's the only way this is going to
Hijab is a little paranoid, guys.
Right.
New York City, you know, it's a different environment.
So this whole Trinity thing, I mean, sorry, he has to defend himself. He wants to speak about Islam, he can, but it's going to be embarrassing.
Please join us, inshallah, your college. It's going to be 6 to 9 p.m. Performing Arts Center, inshallah, in Jamaica, Queens. Jamaica, Queens, New York. Flyers available on my page. If you scroll down, inshallah, I'll post it here as well. Please join and get involved in the Dawah. We have a lot of events. I'll post those as well. We have a lot of events coming up with Ali Dawah and Mohammed Hijab. And call to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's religion. Allah says in Surah An-Nahl, "Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah wal maw'idati al hasana wajadilhum billati ahsan." Invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, and reason with them in a manner that's best. There's nothing wrong with jadala. And Quranic jadal is described throughout the discourse of the Quranic narrative. And this is our position. It's not to get into deep argumentation, but to call people with rationality and with compassion to this way of life that we believe to be objectively true. And I say objectively and absolutely true. So this is the way, and this is the way of the Prophet ﷺ, of the Sahabas, was to call people to Islam. And thus I leave you all with this, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. Do you have any last words?
Just make sure you're there. York College. York
Jamaica,
College. Queens.
Inshallah ta'ala.
7 o'clock.
Bi'idhnillah.
Be there.
Look
Inshallah.
who just joined.
Oh, okay. Yes, York College, inshallah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. طيب. Ali Dawah, any final words before we close the session? About Dawah, about your experience here, about what to expect while you're here in New York City.
It's going to be quite interesting. Right now, our whole focus is the big debate. Send me location. That's what I'm going to say. Send me location. I'm here to smash the debate. Yeah, so no, like the debate that we're looking for to send, that's what we look forward to. This is something that we wanted to do. This is somebody that's lying. This is what we do. Salam, sharing the question, love and mercy. We're trying to share the true message of Islam. You know what I'm trying to say? And these false lies and propagations, which actually, they're not just words. They cause people to go harm other people because of these words. So why are we called sharing the question, love and mercy? Because we want to put a stop to this, and instead of spreading hate, spread share, affection, love and mercy. Because a lot
Beautiful.
of times in Islam, all we talk about is hellfire, you're finished, Allah's going to destroy you. Brother, you act like every single chapter of the verse of the Quran talks with Allah, the most destructive, the very destructive. Every single chapter except one starts with Allah, the most merciful, the very merciful. So we've made this religion into something where Allah is someone that just wants to punish us. Allah says in the Quran, what will I get out of punishing you? Allah doesn't want to punish you. Allah wants Jannah for you. If the question is, do you want Jannah for yourself? So this is what we're here to do, inshallah. The Salam team, we'll be working with the brothers here, inshallah, to build their social media presence, help them with the skills that we have and we've acquired over the years to get them onto the platform, because doing this kind is always good. It's fun. I love it. It's organic. But the thing is, to reach thousands of millions of people, we need to be the social media.
That's right.
What we need to do. And that's what we're going to do, inshallah, with the team here. You never know, we might have a little Salam team here as well, who work closely with us, and we can help them, they can help us, and inshallah we can, reach people all around the world.
Jazakumullah khair, Ali Dawah, for all that you do. Go for it.